Welcome back, everybody. Eric here, and I want to make a video addressing something that I've been getting a lot of questions about, and something that I think will actually help a lot of people, not only in the veteran community, but also people who are in the first responder community, police community, firemen, many of you who have been through very similar situations as soldiers, and maybe you've seen traumatic things. And maybe you're getting a little more long in the tooth in life. Maybe you're in your 40s, late 30s, possibly older, and you've noticed, changes in your body. And what I want to talk about today is testosterone replacement therapy. Okay, I've had a lot of people asking me about it because many of you that follow me on other platforms, such as Twitter and Instagram, you notice I've been posting a lot of lifting videos, and a lot of people have been asking me, "Hey, Eric, are you on TRT? What are you doing? What changes are you making to your lifestyle that have prompted, these changes in your, I don't know, the amount of weightlifting you're doing or whatever?" And I want to just kind of provide some of my experience of what's happened over the last couple of years with it, and provide some feedback. And I have been talking to a few friends of mine. I had some colleagues come down and visit me recently. And of course, things come up in conversation, and we got to talking about testosterone replacement therapy. And you realize, like, wow, a lot of my colleagues who are similar age as me have not only started doing TRT in recent years, but some of them have been doing it sort of quietly and not really talking about it for many years now. And I had a colleague of mine visit the house sometime back. I'm not going to say who, but he's definitely a well-known person in our community. And he came in the house with this little lunchbox thing. I'm like, "Hey, you brought your own lunch to come visit me?" Like, "Well, no, this is my testosterone." And he, had to take the shots and all. And I was thinking, well, what the heck is all this about? And that's what got me down the journey of wanting to learn more about this. And he explained the process to me. And that's what sort of got me thinking, like, wow, well, maybe I need to check it out. So before I talk about my experiences with this, I want to make it clear that I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physician, okay? I'm just a guy with an opinion who has been on TRT for a couple of years now. I'm 40 years old. I'm healthy. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I quit all that crap. I don't do any of it anymore. I feel great. My red blood cell counts are awesome. My blood pressure is great. I eat as clean as I can. So with all of that being said, I'll tell you a bit about how things have been going for me. So right now, at the time I'm cutting this video, this is about the 18th of December, 2024. So I started on testosterone almost 2 years ago to the day, almost today. So this is about 2 years in and everything like that. And, I made a decision that I wanted to try to get healthy. I was 38 years old, kind of feeling a little crappy, feeling lethargic, not really feeling like I was myself, being a little moody, didn't quite feel like myself. When you have that feeling as a man, And as we get older, boys and girls, and look, I want to just provide a caveat as well that I'm going to discuss some things in this video that are definitely adult oriented and definitely conversations for grown adult men. Okay, so if the things that I talk about are uncomfortable to you, then feel free to click away. I don't want to offend anybody. So if you're watching this video with your family or something, this might be one you want to watch later or whatever. This is much different content than what I normally put out, but I want to make this video because I think it's going to be helpful to a lot of you. But anyway, I was feeling lethargic, feeling down, not really feeling like myself. And, at the, suggestion of some of my friends, they were like, "Look, maybe you should go in and get your testosterone numbers checked." Okay. Now, mind you, I was 38 years old. This is a couple of years ago. So I wanted to make a lifestyle change. I wasn't feeling like myself. I wasn't feeling healthy. Definitely wasn't looking the way I wanted to look. I noticed I was, getting fatter, just not feeling like me. You know what I mean? So I went in and got my numbers checked. And sure enough, low testosterone, low T, what they call low T. I'm not going to get into all of the semantics on it, but let's just say they draw blood, they check your numbers, and they can tell if your body is producing the correct amount of testosterone for where you should be to be considered a healthy male. Now, what does low testosterone do? As you get older, the testicles produce less testosterone. Okay, but there are many things that can trigger this. It can be environmental factors. It can be a change in lifestyle. It can be a high stress environment. And what this is going to really come into play with the veteran community and our law enforcement community, all first responders, firemen and all, is that, yeah, when you experience something incredibly traumatic in your life, it causes severe stress. And that stress can cause your body to, undergo certain changes perhaps earlier than they should. And now there's still a lot of this that's being really studied hardcore. I know right now the VA is offering testosterone replacement therapy for free for veterans. They don't offer injections right now. I talked to the VA clinic a couple of weeks ago, and they said all they offer are the patches and the topicals. We're going to go over that a little bit for those of you who may care to know. But the point is that when a soldier, let's say a soldier experiences something really crazy in combat, you see something really wild and crazy, and you're 19 years old, you may very well could start to experience much lower testosterone than a normal 19-year-old who is just living like a normal 19-year-old. So there is a lot of study that's being done on the effects of combat and really, really super stressful situations on young people, right? Well, here I was, 38 years old, definitely noticing that my past was catching up to me and I wasn't feeling quite as good as I knew that I should be, right? Especially when you're not in a good mood. Those things are definitely something you have to look into. So anyway, backtrack to going back into the clinic, got my numbers ran, sure enough, low T. They convinced me at the time to do the pellets. Now, look guys, I'm just going to be brutally honest with you here. I already gave you the warning about clicking away. Listen, we're all adults here. I'm putting this information out to hopefully help people that follow me that are in similar situations as me. That's it. That's the only reason I'm making this video. However, okay. Anyway, I went ahead and got the pellets. And if you know anything about the pellets, essentially what they are, there's about 5 or 6 of these little, they almost look like little pills, almost like a little aspirin or something. And boys and girls, look, there's no way to beat around the bush. They make a small incision in your butt, and they put these pellets in your butt, and they seal it back up. And the medicine, the testosterone, releases slowly over a period of time, usually 6 to 8 months or so. Okay, they convinced me to do the pellet. I did the pellet, okay, yeah. So I did it. Well, okay, 2 or 3 weeks in, maybe a month in, I start to feel the results of the testosterone. I began to feel a lot better. I slept better, had more energy, and everything like that. And I noticed, wow, I'm definitely noticing a difference. And I was a little worried at first because I thought, okay, is it going to be like you're on a drug or something where, when you take a drug or something, you take the pill and then you notice an effect later. And it's it's usually a very distinctive effect, right? Like, I don't know, whatever. You take a pain pill, you're not in pain anymore. Or maybe you take a muscle relaxer and you feel a little relaxed. So it's like when you take a pill, you're going to feel a certain way. You're going to have a certain result. Testosterone is not quite like that. It doesn't necessarily just make you feel a certain way. You just feel normal. You feel like it's weird. Like, you don't feel different, but you feel different, if that makes sense. Well, anyway, fast forward to, all right, 5 or 6 months in, as this the pellets are beginning to wear off, I went back to the clinic, and I had already done some blood work in between. So you have to go back to the clinic, and they do blood work intermittently to kind of check your levels and make sure everything's good. Well, I went back to get my blood work done. And anyway, when I went back in, they were like, hey, well, you're due for the pellet again. Do you want to do the pellets again? And I was like, I don't really like the idea of doing the pellets. I think I want to go just to the injections, okay? So testosterone can be administered in some different ways, okay? There's topicals, which are like a cream that you put on your body, okay? Those have their uses. There's patches. You can put a patch on, and it administers testosterone slowly over a certain period of time. And you replace the patch, I guess, once a week or however often. There's injectables. That's where you draw it into a needle and you shoot it in your body. That's what I do now. I'm going to discuss that in a moment. They have, of course, the pellets, as I mentioned. And then there's also, I think there are some pills, but I don't know how those work enough to really discuss them. I'm not familiar with them, so I'm not even going to go there. But let's just say there's a variety of different ways that you can, get your testosterone dealt with if you have low testosterone. So anyway, so I'm 2 years in now at this point, right? So went in, got my numbers checked, got put on the injections, and the injections are what I've been on now for about the last year and a half straight, and I won't go back. The injections are definitely the way to go. At first it was a little weird poking yourself. Like, I know some of us grow up, maybe, you go to the doctor as a little kid and you get your booster shot, and some kids are like, needles, Some people don't care. Some people it doesn't bother them. At first I was kind of like, a little weirded out by it, but after I got used to it, totally routine. I mean, I can literally just, load my testosterone, shoot at my leg, and it is so routine now at this point that I just don't even care. It doesn't bother me. I look forward to it. It's fine. It's just a perfectly normal thing, okay? So basically, without getting down the rabbit hole of the way doctors prescribe testosterone here, generally most people are going to be put on a maintenance dose, okay? And usually a maintenance dose is, 100, I guess 100 milligrams or whatever they call it, or 1C, what we call 1 cc, just one unit in the needle. It's like that much in the needle. And generally you're going to do that every week. And that's going to keep your testosterone numbers like kind of, it's different for everybody, but you're going to be in the 550 to 700 range. Anything over, 1,000 or 12 is definitely kind of getting in the high range. Now, when you're getting into performance enhancing drugs, or you're getting into higher levels of testosterone, let's just say for chasing goals in the gym, I want to talk about that a little bit because many people have been asking me about it. And it's a very sensitive subject for many to talk about because, there's a big, let's just say disconnect between people in the weightlifting world and in the sports world and people that aren't really into lifting or aren't into sports. They look at PEDs with a great deal of disdain, and they go, well, your lifts aren't clean because you're doing this or doing that. I don't really look at it like that. I feel like medical science is here. It's a miracle. And, these things are available to us. These tools that were never available before are available to us now. And I say we take advantage of them. Now, is that to say that someone who's a natural lifter, who's performing some really, crazy level lifts, that's not impressive? Of course it's impressive. If you can do it naturally, hell yeah, more power to you. Never going to say that if you can do it naturally, not to do it, of course. But some of us need a little help sometimes, and that's okay. It's all right to carefully explore your options. And sometimes all you need is just a little maintenance testosterone, and that's what I've been on. So I got into powerlifting actually almost 2 years ago. I've been training about 2 years. So before I went in to do some training with my trainer, doing powerlifting, I was riding the exercise bike 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. All right, I got down to 205 pounds. And boy, I was slim. Okay, I slimmed up a lot before I started weightlifting. Now I weigh 242 pounds. Okay, and that's 2 years in, and that's after 2 years of TRT and 2 years of heavy weightlifting. I did my second powerlifting meet just a few weeks ago here, and I want to share my results. I've got a couple of quick video clips I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you my lifts, my squat, my bench, and my deadlift. So here are those lifts real quick. All right, so I achieved my lifts, got everything handled that I needed to do there, and we trained a long time to be able to achieve those lifts. It was a 540-pound squat was my highest squat number, 265 pounds on the bench, and then 501 pounds on the deadlift for a total of 1301. Which I feel is pretty solid. I had a little bit of a tweak in my shoulder, so my shoulders really wasn't doing so well, so I'm having to really kind of be careful on the bench. I know my bench should be higher, but we're achieving goals in the gym. I guess that's the main point that I want to make, is that 2 years in on powerlifting and TRT, I'm feeling great, I'm looking great, I'm healthy, I have energy. My red blood cell count and all the hemoglobin and all those various numbers look great. My blood pressure's great. And you know what? I'm feeling wonderful. And I guess I really just want to report that. I got my second powerlifting meet in the hat. I'm training hard. I'm feeling good. It's become a lifestyle now. Everything from the testosterone replacement to the weightlifting and all has become definitely a huge part of my life that I could never look back on my previous life and say that it was normal the way I was living. And I guess I really just want to offer this video as a bit of a guide to show people that TRT is not a bad thing to look at. As we get older, it's normal for our bodies to produce less testosterone naturally. Now, I will say that heavy compound lifts will cause your body to produce more natural testosterone. you're doing heavy deadlifts and heavy squats, you're definitely going to produce more testosterone naturally. Bear in mind that, you know, when you do get on testosterone replacement therapy, that, look, boys and girls, this is just me being honest here, okay? Your testicles are going to produce far less natural testosterone as a result. So let's say, and also it can cause some infertility issues with some men, okay? So if you're trying to have a child or something, that might be something you carefully consider. That once you start, especially a high regimen testosterone replacement therapy, that you could have more difficulty with fertility. That may be an issue to some of you. And it may not be an issue to some of you, but it's just something to be aware of. If some of you are thinking of experimenting with some performance enhancing drugs, the only thing I would say is, look, I'm not a physician. I'm just going to say, be careful. Whatever you do, just make sure that you're, following the advice and guidance of a physician. There are sports medicine physicians out there that specialize in this type of stuff and can help you on that journey if you are trying to achieve high level lifts, if you are trying to chase higher than normal maintenance levels of testosterone or experiment with certain PEDs. Seek the care and guidance of a physician and do it the right way. Get your blood numbers ran. Make sure you're under the care of a doctor who specializes in sports medicine. I mean, look, just make sure you're doing everything by the book and you're going to be okay. I think where people get into trouble is they start, shooting their bodies full of all kind of random crap, and they don't necessarily ever go to the doctor. They don't get looked at. They don't follow the advice of a physician. Maybe they just kind of bro science a little too hard and they end up hurting themselves. Maybe they're not under the guidance of a trainer. They're using improper form. I've seen a lot of people say, hey, you got to be careful. You're getting older. You're going to hurt yourself. I mean, yeah, of course you're going to hurt yourself. I mean, look, I'm not achieving these lifts because, I'm shy about it. I mean, you have to, realize that we're all going to get old one day. We're all going to be decrepit one day. We're all going to die from cancer one day. So you can't live life wondering, well, what if I would have done this or done that, or oh, maybe I shouldn't do this or shouldn't do that. I don't believe in that. I think that if there's a goal you want to achieve, you should achieve it while you can, because we're all going to get older. We're all going to get more decrepit, and your bodies will simply not allow you to do what you used to be able to do. And I think where I was as a man in life is just, getting on 40. I figure, I don't want to be 40 years old and be decrepit and old and feel crappy. Like 40 should be the apex of my physical abilities. I should look good. I should be strong. I should be capable. I should feel good. I should be resting well. I should have energy. I should feel like a normal man. And TRT has definitely helped me achieve that. Getting in the gym has definitely helped me achieve that. Getting my diet in order and cutting all the crap has helped me achieve that. Cutting alcohol has helped me achieve that. Cutting smoking has helped me achieve that. I don't do any of that crap anymore. So all of those things in concert have literally made me feel like a completely new man. So I think that it's really important for people to keep that in the back of their mind, especially if you're in the veteran community. If you saw some crazy crap go down when you were 20 years old in Fallujah, well, guess what? If you're feeling crappy and you have been feeling crappy for years and maybe you haven't ever checked your numbers, you might want to go in and get checked and just see, because you might find that just something as simple as your testosterone levels could be really negatively affecting your happiness and your overall life. And I guess that's really what I want this video to be about. I know this is a longer video. I know it's not necessarily related to guns, but it is related to manhood. It is related to, being a man and feeling like a man. And guess what? As we get older, we're not robots, boys and girls. Sometimes we need a little help from medical science, and that's okay. As long as you respect the boundaries and understand your boundaries and be careful and methodical. And, hey, if you're going to get in the gym and do some work, use good form. Maybe hire a trainer, be very methodical and careful. You're not going to be injured. You're not going to experience an injury. So I have to say that TRT definitely changed my life, and I wanted to make this video just to let anyone know who's been on the fence about it that this is my experience and this is what I've gone through, and I wanted to share my experience with all of my viewers. So let me know what you think about this video. let me know your story. I want to know below in the comment section. Let me know, how old are you? How much do you weigh? If you don't mind sharing details, share as little or as much as you want in terms of details. Let me know. Are you older? When did you get checked? When did you start? How long have you been on it? How has it worked out for you? What do you think about my, progress? I mean, I've been weightlifting 2 years. I've only been powerlifting 2 years. I've never lifted weights a day in my life until 2 years ago when I started with James. So let me know. Am I making good progress? Do you think that I'm achieving some decent results? I know I'm achieving good results, but it's always interesting to know what other people think about what you're trying to achieve as well. And I've noticed too, I read the comments. A lot of people say, hey, you're looking better, whatever. And I would never want something to just be some glowing review of narcissism. That's not me. I'm not a narcissist, but I just realize, wow, like this stuff has really helped me, and I want to see it help other people as well. So, for me, it's just more about paying it forward and making sure, hey, I've shared all this gun knowledge over the years. Why not share whatever other knowledge I think might be helpful to someone that can, hopefully put someone on the right path to, having a better life. And you know what? Hey, if a short little video was all it took for me to articulate a few points and maybe bare myself a little bit to some of you, I might have told you some stuff you didn't want to know, but I warned you. The point is, if it helps someone, damn it, it's worth it in my opinion. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you don't mind if I kind of divulge a little bit and maybe kind of divert a little bit from the normal content and give you guys a little bit of an idea of how that's been going for me for the last couple of years. So wanted to make this video. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, wonderful New Year. This has been one trying year for all of us. I know we've all been going through a lot, and I promise that things will get better. And I hope you all have a fantastic remainder of your year. And thank you so much for watching. And thank you for the years and years of support. I'm almost 17 years in that I've been doing this, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. And I appreciate all of you who have supported me over the years, and many more videos on the way. We'll see y'all soon.